Hey all, welcome back to another hands-on exercise. We are going to be creating a InQueue call flow here in Genesys Cloud. So I already logged in, I already have the architect up. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to InQueue call. And InQueue call, real quick, of what this is, it's really just handling all the calls. So let's say the call's going to come in through the inbound call flow. It gets transferred over to, let's say, support, for example. While it's waiting there to get answered, there's several different treatments that you can give it, whether that's music on hold, whether that's messaging to let them know that, hey, busy, agents are busy. Maybe an option to call back or leave a voicemail so they can, the call back would then go and wait for InQueue for them, that kind of thing. So that's what we're going to work on today. We do have a default InQueue flow. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to leave that alone. We're going to go ahead and add one. And so I'm going to add one and just put Dunamis InQueue test. Here for the description, you would put just whatever your company or business requirements are around the description to make sure you understand what that is, or other people that come in understand what that is used for. I'm going to leave the default language as English. Obviously, home division, unless there's other divisions you guys have in your business that you need to tie those to. And I'm going to go ahead and create flow, which will then create it and open the flow so we can see it. I will have to hit edit, obviously, to continue on. Really, it's already in publish. So um, how it first starts in the default InQueue flow is music on hold. It just plays this hold music forever until someone picks up. What we want to do is we want to add a little bit more to this, right? We don't want them to just hear that music. We want them to know that know that they're on the line, that we're trying to hurry up and get to them. So we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of information around that. And this is how you do that. So just before we begin, though, there are settings that you can take on the left-hand side here. It looks, when we get into creating the call flows, much of this looks exactly the same. I'm going to keep this very simple. We are only going to do plain messages and then circling around and playing the prompt again. We'll use a little bit of information around that. So actions, this is just those typical timeout actions or silence actions, any kind of dial by extension or whatever, that's where that is. Event handling, we'll find out in later episodes or later hands-on what this is all about with the handling. So I'm not too worried about that right now. InQueue, this is the default music. You can set this music to whatever WAV file you want it to be. I think there might be a limit of file size. I think it might be 20 meg. I could be wrong, but that's where the on-hold music is, or by default, it's just the Genesys Cloud default. And then supported languages, which we're only keeping to English. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and add some audio here. There's some audio. You can do text to speech, or if you already have a prompt uploaded, you can use that. I do not have a prompt uploaded, so I'm just going to go ahead and type in here for text to speech. So period, that's easy enough. So now it's going to say, please hold on the line, agent is hurrying to assist you. What we're going to do is add a little bit of flow to this. We're going to add, let me loop it a little bit. So this is a perfect example of a loop. You may hear in another, a later hands-on about loops, but this is just a good example of it. And here's the loop. We got to set the variable for the loop. So whether that's task.loop, you can do that. And then you can do, 99 times, because you want it in there for a while. You're going to have the flow.hold prompt. We're going to play for a duration instead. So we're going to play for 1 minute. We're going to switch this though, because so it's going to come in, it's going to play, please hold on the line, agent is hurrying to assist. Then it's going to play 1 minute of hold music, and then it's going to circle back. So that way it will just keep on for up to 99 minutes, which should give the agents plenty of time to get to this. So in this one, you do not need to have a terminating action as it's still going on. And then what will happen is if it does go past the 99 minutes, it's just going to play music on hold until it's answered. We can go ahead and publish. It's going to validate that. And then you will be able to use that. So we'll use that in our future hands-on training exercises, but just want to make sure that we could get one of these set up, all these set up prior to digging in and going with it. So remember the basic example of this, that's all you need. You can play with this. You can make this pretty big. You can do, you can put a menu in and do voicemail or callback. But this is just giving you a little bit of experience around how InQueue flows work and how to create one real quickly. Thanks, and see you on the next ones, guys.